of just trying to intercede.
Yeah.
And, I think people like you and I just try to do it nonstop when not realizing like you actually need to like build yourself up for that. Like, get some poured into and take a break and then go back, because otherwise you're not doing it. And then
I find myself when I'm getting tired and weak and wounded and sad, I'll go and try to like whip out my Bible app and try to get some word to get full again so that I can go.
Turn it off.
What is it?
No.
I don't like it. So,
and that's fine. Like, I don't want to deter people from turning to the word, but sometimes
I could tell that I could tell I was getting tired and weak and just fatigued. And I was like, okay, if I get in the word again, then God will inspire me through his word and I can keep going.
Right.
But it would have been okay. Like, I did feel a little guilty when I kind of just stopped.
Right.
And it was okay for me to stop, to get re-energized, to realize, okay, then I can be more alert as to what needs to be done and where I do need to step in, or where I do need to speak words of life and be encouraging. Because it's all that for me. Like, I feel like it's not only the prayer, but it's always trying to be positive, be the light, look for the good, be strong for people at work, you know, make sure everybody feels comfortable. Like, I'm always trying to...
We haven't done the episode about who will cheer for the cheerleaders, have we?
Oh, no. We
Girl,
didn't do that.
That is definitely the one we have to do soon.
Okay.
So that we'll table this and talk about that then.
I like it, though. That's a great segue. We'll remember this.
Yeah. So that pretty much was like, what was that, like a T-Shines?
That was a impromptu T-Shines.
Impromptu T-Shines. And I feel like definitely if you know, tons of people reach out to us and ask us to pray. And don't think that just because you ask that we're like, no, girl, we're on break.
No.
Like, that doesn't happen.
We just have to be more self-regulatory. Like, we have to regulate ourselves to make sure that when we are getting tired, we know to take a step back.
Right.
Rest on the Lord, get recharged, so we can go back and do it again.
And when you're weak, that's when you're open to a lot of other attacks. And I really think that was that whole like depression stint that I went through, because I'm like, I don't even know how or why, but it was just because weariness, you know, and that's fine. That will happen, because like that's a real thing.
Healthy person might have a weak immune system for a second. Like it comes seasonally. It's not like that's you're gonna stay in that place.
Right. And I really do feel like I need my friends to like remind me of the time of the year that is. Because it always happens every year and I'm always surprised by it. But I'm like, why am I always surprised by this? This is something that I know happens every year, because it's just almost the end of the season. You know, like all this stuff is going on. Yeah. I need somebody to just be like, you know, how you doing? What's going on?
Me and Alicia got you next time.
Y'all better, because you didn't even know.
We talked about it a little bit, but I didn't know that it went beyond me saying, you ain't speaking that, girl. The devil is like I thought I had cussed the devil out.
You thought you called rebuke on it?
I got
and blew your whistle.
Whistleblower.
Oh my gosh. So, do we have an elephant in the room?
For teacher talk. Right?
Yes. I kind of feel like maybe our elephant in the room could be about prom.
Oh, sure.
Right?
So, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So, I have a goddaughter.
It's prom season, everyone. I'm going to prom on Friday.
Have fun, girl. I do kind of miss that about high school.
Yeah.
I miss being at the prom, because I would make my students who were taking themselves way too seriously have fun. Because I would go over and like do a dance with them, and I'm like, y'all are too young to be being this serious.
I just like prom because I slay on all those kids.
See,
and
here you go compete.
They were like, oh, Miss Ned, oh, she ain't here for no games. I'm like, you don't know me outside of my teacher outfit, so here you go. Give a little something to the kids. Show a little makeup.
Oh gosh, whatever. You in there trying to show out for the kids, honey. You better be a role model. To show them aging goals. Hashtag
Hopefully.
aging goals.
Gosh, girl, yes, we got to work on that. That's a goal. Aging goals.
Aging goals.
Black don't crack. Even light skin.
From time to time. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm just kidding. So,
prom.
My goddaughter is a senior in high school. She has never been to the prom. And you saw me slowing down, right? She's never been to the prom. And she's a little nervous. She's that student who is not really into the social side of high school.
Oh, gosh, she's precious.
She really is. And so she's a plus size girl. Super tall.
Yes.
Like 6 foot, about your height.
6 feet.
Yes. So
stallion.
For sure. But, you know, I could tell that I could feel her anxiety already, and we're not even close to a date yet.
Right.
So we tried to go to this little thing to help her find this amazing program at the University of West Georgia. College students collect prom dresses and they give them away to students for free.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
We did that at our high
and they
school.
were brand new dresses. Some of
They
them were
donate
brand
them.
new.
Yeah.
Some of them had been worn. Some of them had not been worn. Like it was I was very shocked at the amount of dresses. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's nice.
So I did have to tell them that I will help them next year, though, because it is college students who are not used to event coordinating. They didn't have any like real adults with them, and I was just like, the Lord. And some of my old sister members were like actually a part of it, so I felt
sweet.
so. It was like 2 students who were my babies who were a part of a girls group with me, so they're part of this other girls group in college now. I was so proud, but
yeah, our pageant. We do a pageant in our school, and our pageant girls have to get dress donations, and then
that's cool.
For whoever wins the most dresses gets some kind of congeniality. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they do a shopping day where whoever wants to find a dress, they go in there and look.
Yeah, that is so cool.
That is cool. But I love it's probably on a bigger scale at the college.
It was so big.
Yeah,
like,
I bet.
I couldn't believe the variety of
So did they have plus size stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
they
shoot,
really did.
Up there.
So then I get that, girl, why you playing? I was looking to the shop. I was like, where do I have to go, Lord? I know I need to get one of these.
I can't stand you.
So I was, we went through, and it's so funny because a lot of my former students were there.
Aww.
So mama's coming over to me asking me to help them with their daughters. And my goddaughter looking crazy, of course. Like,
I ain't come here for that.
Right. So, nonetheless, she didn't like any of the dresses.
Oh.
Fine. But, so we went on a mad hunt to find her dress. She's found her dress now. But at the mall, she didn't have a date.
What size is she?
Well, we tried size 26 and that didn't work. But,
different sizes, different cuts.
Definitely.
Okay.
And not to mention, we already know formal dresses run small.
Yeah.
So, that was already messing with her self-esteem. And her mama didn't really know what size she wore. It was just...
Right.
And, here I am trying to be the light, trying to stay positive, trying to,
That could be very mentally draining.
Exactly.
On a teenager.
Yeah, and I just felt so bad. Like, I was going through so much because, I am Miss Self-Esteem, lift up girls, let them love what they see when they look in the mirror.
And here's your goddaughter.
Exactly.
So you're like, if I can't get the light to her, who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, people are, people, I
Were
think
they being rude about it?
Oh, no. I'm talking about family members. While they mean well... I feel like sometimes we as relatives can put undue pressure on our girls or our kids, and based on what our experiences are. Just because men are very important in your life, maybe they're not in hers, and it's okay if she wants to go with friends. So for you to talk down on her for thinking about going with a group of girls,
right?
Like, we got to work with what we have. But anyway,
So pause. There's a girl who I love. Like, she calls me her person. Mm-hmm. And that's a big deal because I'm like, your person should be your friend. Like, your close peer or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so she is beautiful. Size 3. Like, she's a little, petite, little Latina. Very, like, perfect girl that you would think would have a prom date and would be going to prom and all this stuff. So when I asked her about prom, she's like, oh, I don't do that stuff. And I was like, really? She's very intelligent, though. Like, she's super all this package thing. She won Miss Falcon, so she's like the queen of our school.
Yeah.
And she's not going to prom. So I was like, why not? She's like, I'm just not into those type of things. She's like, we create these situations that are like supposed to be these great life moments. She's like, but if it's not important to me, then why is that a great life moment for me? And I was like, oh, sis.
Yeah.
So she ain't going. She wore her prom dress for her pageant.
I can get it.
Peace. Like, and she's a senior. So I was like, girl, she's like, next year I'll be in Bali. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
She's not thinking that. So go ahead.
And see, with my goddaughter, it's not that, like, she does not have all those things.
Right.
So my goal was to try to make her feel special, confident, beautiful.
Like every girl should.
Just to do, like, for herself,
Yeah.
get her dolled up. I was thinking I probably need to pay for her to get her makeup done. Like, I have all these ideas in my head. So, you know, another thing that saddened me as the godmama is I know that there's such a big deal about these promposals. Like, teenagers, like, straight search these like you would for
engagement.
Someone dreaming to be engaged.
And people were giving each other rings and mess. Like,
for promposal?
You don't ask for a prom. What is a ring for?
I don't get it.
I
hate it. It's too much. It's a lot of pressure. There are a lot of people who end up feeling badly about themselves because they're not getting that big...
or even if your boyfriend doesn't do it.
Right. Now you're looking at him stupid.
Like, so it is
too
all
much.
ridiculous.
It's too much. And I'm praying that... I mean, I don't know how we're going to navigate with this 8 and 9-year-old we have in our household.
Girl.
And the 5-year-old. But more closely related 8 and 9-year-old. Yeah, I don't know what.
And I'll be damned if some girls try to ask the professor to make a prom. You propose to me. That's all you're gonna propose to. You ain't putting no proposals on nobody unless you plan on marrying them. Like, save it up, save it for the real time, because this is just play, fake, whatever. Like, this is not real. It's not real life.
So what is it projecting, though? Like, what are we doing to these teenagers?
Girl, and I just talked to a girl, she's there. I have to teach sophomores. So they're all like prom in their eyes, big hearts, like they cannot wait till next year, senior year, because they said junior year, that's lame. Senior year, so this girl goes, I'm gonna drop, she turned 16 this weekend. Oh, I'm not gonna waste nothing on my 16th birthday. I'm gonna drop so many thousands on prom when my senior year. And so me and one of my senior mentors who's in the class was like, you gonna spend a couple thousand on prom? Do you know you're going to college? Like, you have deposits to make, you have, applications to file, you have all this other things. So why would you spend that on prom? I mean, I gotta have a Rolls Royce. I gotta have, like, she's talking.
What in the world? That's what I had on my wedding day. She said, a Rolls Royce.
Renting a Rolls Royce or a horse and carriage. I said, so you gonna ride from Mableton on a horse and carriage downtown? Like, why? I gotta be stunting on these people. Like, and she ain't thought nothing about no date. She's not thinking about her and whoever. She's thinking about what she's about to do in her Rolls Royce and go to prom and have a dress. So, but we had to set her straight, and I was so happy there was a girl there who was in high school to be like, right, look, sis, no, it's not happening. And so she was like, oh, you're right, I will be going to college, huh? Yeah, and your mom is not going to want to pay a couple of G's for you to do this when you got goals. Like, and my cousins, I love them. I'm sure they're listening. They spent a lot on prom, and like the focus was that, and the graduation was that, and it was like, I don't know if it was because